Alrighty, so I figured I would go over, I would show you guys how I completed her, because I did beat her up real good. The goal is to break, the first thing that I want to do is break Ordeal, so I'm trying to get Uni as quickly as possible so that I can break this Ordeal. And for that, I need a fire monster and a time monster in their specific types. So physical and then magical, I believe. And as soon as I get this, we're going to use this first. So the monster that I'm using right now is mainly for the damage because I wouldn't want to use it in this order. And then I have 3 monsters that have crests on them, and I'm basically using the monsters in a way that I can always have crest up, and I'm trying to keep the enemy the guilty field up as well for the entirety. And now that I have both of these, I'm going for mainly damage. So I'm always going to be using the Indomitable Winter as much as I can. I'm using Blooming Blackout as the general damage dealer, damage dealing move. And then I'm using Vigilance for the action reduction. And I'm also using Crystal Blade for the same reason. It does some pretty good damage and action reduction. Alrighty. And we're going to swap this. Now, when it gets a little bit lower, it's going to be a pain in the butt to stop because she starts going ham. So the goal is I'm trying to get her to about 50% and have a fresh, clean slate of unis at the same time. So I see the fields going away, and I'm also losing the 200% buff. So I'm going to reapply that, and then I'm going to apply the Fortitude as well. With Durg, when I hit around the 50% mark, because she's going to start wanting to attack aggressively. And it's going to be quite annoying. So I'm about at the 50% mark. I'm going to use Durg so that I get Fortify. And in the time before this that I cleared, she was a really big pain in the butt. At around the 50% mark. But sometimes it seems like she holds off on using her big ability. So I think that was it. So I think I'm good. I'm watching my 200% buff, because as soon as that goes or the field goes, I'm going to want to reapply. And it just went. So I'm going to reapply the 200%. And then I should be pretty much in the clear. She may end up stripping me, which is going to be really annoying, but I'm going to try my best to keep her suppressed. And let's see if we can finish it off. I think that's the big ability again. Yeah, she hits a lot of times. So I think if I don't double proc on defense, she can just really be devastating. All right. So she's gonna get minus 80 buff right now. And the goal is going to be to push because I'm at 200%. I've got the right field, and I've got basically have everything that I want right now up. So I need to push and end this as quickly as possible. Oh, she has some buffs, so I'm going to strip those. It's kind of annoying that she can get ability power buffs. All right, I lost bubble, so just for safety, and the 200% buff. So just for safety's sake, gonna use this. And I'm trying to use Indomitable Winter. As you can see, when I use Indomitable Winter, man, it just does so much damage. It's a big chunk, big chunker. And this is pretty much it. I don't think there's any way that I lose this now. I'm gonna use one more because Durg applies Fortify, and I don't want to get sniped right at the end because that would be absolutely dreadful. So just to be extra careful, and this is it. GG's. So I'm going to show you my set and what I did to beat it, and I'm also going to show you I'm going to show you how many points you get from it as well. So that's good. Got 800 prestige on a ×4, so that's good. All right. So this is my current set. I'm at 10 mil when it comes to wind advantage for attack. As you can see, I have lots of bows, which is not ideal. You could get much higher attack than this. And my procs are also not super good. I mean, they're pretty good, but they're not like top tier procs, I don't think. The mandate ones are top tier. But I have a lot of old stuff, right? I have like an Adjuration proc, which is pretty bad. And I have the Slayer proc's not bad, but it's not maxed. And I also have a Soaring Swallow proc, which is actually pretty bad. And it's not even maxed, because I think this one maxes out on swords. Oh no, it's Fire Element. Okay, good. Well, that's maxed at least. And then I have... she does reduce cost and uni with some of her abilities. I think she reduces... Yeah, she reduces cost, and I think she reduces uni as well, because I was playing without 100% uni resistance. But I don't know. I don't think she reduces your uni by that much, or it's a rarer occurrence. But anyway, I have both of my Xenos in to reduce the amount of cost stealing and uni reduction. And then I also have Duty to Defend. I have 2 of these. I also have my Unison Gauge reduction, both of them in constants. Of course, I have Mastery over Fire, a bunch of those procs. I have my Damage Reflection reduction in. I also have my opener of Dual Attack and Resurrection. And as far as monsters, I have Durg. So, and I can explain each of these. So Durg is nice because he applies 3 element, bonus element, which is nice. He also applies status ailment resistance boost, which is pretty nice because she can apply some really annoying things. She can apply frozen. She can apply paralysis, which are both really annoying. The main thing that I'm doing, though, is that he applies buff removal resistance, which is excellent because she does have an ability that strips, but she doesn't do it too often. He also applies Fortify, which is what I was talking about. It can help you survive. And then also, of course, Crest. And you need, in my opinion, you should have 3 Crest monsters. You should never use a monster that gives you a field because she's constantly getting rid of the fields. This one is your main damaging uni. She gives you the 200% buff. And then she gives Guilty Eclipse. And Guilty Eclipse reduces their action speed and prevents them from gaining HP, which she does a lot of. If you don't apply 100% HP reduction, she goes out of control and just absolutely wreaks havoc. So you need HP blocking monsters. So that's the main purpose of her. He applies a 180 buff. And he doesn't really do anything else. He applies like Rage and Serenity, which is fine. The Crest is interesting. I don't notice a whole lot of damage with the Crest per se, but this Crest is created for damage. So it's another Crest monster, but really what he also does is he reduces the healing that they receive by 100%. And so he's a nice combo with Yuki is a nice combo with Aegis because Yuki's lasts for 150 seconds and Aegis's lasts for only 90 seconds. So it allows you some time, some flexibility to prevent the two from overlapping. And then I'm using Freeren and Himmel. The main reason is because they apply Miracle. Kijin is nice. Dawn is really, really good. It keeps my cost up, so I don't have to worry, because remember, the monster is constantly reducing your cost, which is annoying. And then also, of course, the Crest monster, the second one. And and then in the back, I have a bunch of monsters that give me plus element, and that's it. That's it. It's not too complicated. Oh, I should go over my pets. I don't even have 5 fire pets. I only have 2, but it is what it is. So I could be a little bit higher. And then my abilities, I wanted to go over each of those. So balancing, I'm using balancing specifically because the monster, Elizabeth, she will, even if you have the rejection field on that Aegis applies, even if you have the field from her, the Guilty Eclipse field, which prevents newly applied buff effects, the monster doesn't really care. I don't know why she doesn't care. But Elizabeth will apply at like the 20%, 20-30% mark. She will apply an ability power boost to herself, and it is a max ability power boost, so it is very dangerous. So when you're getting down to 20-30%, you got to watch it, and then you can balancing that off, and any class can use balancing. I'm using Blooming Blackout because it does some pretty nice damage. You're basically never going to freeze them, but it's nice. I'm using Vigilance because Vigilance reduces action speed of the opponents. So the less that the opponent is moving, the greater chance that you have to be able to survive, right? So like if you're fighting Mike Tyson and you throw chili powder in his face, he's not going to be able to punch as often because he's going to be fighting with the pain. It's the same concept, right? If he can't throw as many punches, you have a greater chance of survival. So that's basically the main reason that I used Vigilance. Vigilance is also nice because occasionally it'll reduce the amount of damage incoming. So if you get lucky and the monster uses a huge move and you didn't double proc defense, then this hopefully will save you with the 30% damage reduction. Now, Crystal Blade, I'm using this one because it also decreases the action speed, and it's, like soldiers don't have a lot of great moves that reduce So anyway, I feel like soldiers don't. There's not like another move that you could really fill in here that I would be super excited about. So that's why I'm using Crystal Blade, especially with the action reduction. The action speed reduction is really nice. And then Indomitable Winter, this is the main DPS ability. It's just one of the most powerful abilities in the entire game. Super, super strong. And I'm using it as often as I can. Now, with my setup, I cannot cycle continuously. So I'm using Crimson Smash because Crimson Smash reduces ability power cooldown times. And that will allow me to cycle better my abilities. Plus, it costs 0 when I'm using Crimson Smash. So I can, if she reduces my cost by a lot, I can still use Crimson Smash, and there's a chance that I proc one of my weapons that gives me cost, and that will help me cycle my other abilities. So it's a really nice kind of filler move. So yeah, that is my strategy, and that is what that's why I ran it that way. Hopefully, this helps you guys complete this really hard quest, and best of luck to you.